Boys, we're playing Starsector. It's a game about stars and sectors and spaceships. It's pretty cool. I'll just show you. So, we hopped into the game now. So this is my fleet, yeah? It consists of several ships. I already have quite a few hours on this save game, but I didn't want to start a new one since I already invested so much time here, and I think if I explain it, it won't be a problem for you to understand. So, there are different classes of spaceships, basically. There are frigates, freighters, destroyers, cruisers, and battleships or capital ships, or however you want to call them. And yeah, I already have some of everything, but this capital ship, the ISS Demona, I didn't give it that name, it was randomly generated. I just got recently, and the way I got this is I was just flying around in space, and it was there as a derelict ship, and I just picked it up, I repaired it, and now it's part of my fleet. And it says mothball. This basically means that I can't use it right now, so I consume less supplies. Exactly, supplies. What are supplies? So there are basically three resources down here that you always need to keep track of. Basically, supplies, which are the thing that you just need to have to keep your fleet running. It says right here I'm consuming 4.6 every day because my fleet is this big. If I had less ships, it would consume less. The Wolf class frigates here only consume -2. This capital ship would consume a lot, but I mothballed it so it doesn't chew through my supplies so quickly because I'm in deep space right now, and if I run out of supplies in deep space, that wouldn't be so good. The next thing is personal capacity, which basically is crew. I can hold 2,500 crew currently, but I don't need that much. I only need about 1,200 crew to man all my ships, and if I ever fall below that threshold, my ships won't work properly and become less combat ready. Now, what combat readiness is, we'll get to that in a second. The last thing is fuel. You don't need fuel when you are piloting in a system. So this is a star system here. Let's just hop in. Now what you're going to see in the next few seconds is me being an utter moron because I didn't look at the star system's information first and almost dying because of it. Enjoy. When you're in a well, this is not so great. So what happened right now is I jumped into a star system with a neutron star, as you can see, and this neutron star, it's a pulsar and it's shooting out hot plasma, and I am currently in that hot plasma, which is not so great. My ships are taking a lot of damage. As you can see, a pulsar beam, yeah, not that great. So what I'm going to do now is a transverse jump to get back out of here. Oh fuck, I can't do that. Shit! Oh, I fucked up! I fucked up, boys! Oh no. I need to get at it. Holy shit. I got bamboozled. Damn. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that was not planned. That was not planned at all. So what I wanted to show you, let's not jump into that system again. When you're in a system, in a star system, you don't consume fuel. You just run on energy. I don't know what the game's explanation is, but when you're traveling in hyperspace, where I'm in right now, you consume some fuel per day. Right now, I don't consume any fuel because I'm standing still, but if I move, I consume a lot of fuel, 70 apparently. Yeah, that's quite a lot. And if I ever run out of fuel while I'm in deep space, I'm going to get dragged into the nearest gravity well, which in this case would be this neutron star. And as you just saw, I got blasted pretty badly, so you don't want to run out of fuel. And now to get to combat readiness, the thing I mentioned earlier, it's basically how ready your ships are for combat. The name explains it. And the lower this value is, the worse they will perform in combat. And when it reaches 0, they're probably going to explode. But these ships, they are at 0, but they're not in combat, so it doesn't really matter, I think at least. I never saw a ship explode before that had 0 combat readiness, so we might come to witness that, but I'm not sure. So that's basically how the ships work, and of course you can also get into combat, but I can show you that later. And now you're playing as a certain character. Right here we are playing as Captain Jules de la Lune, and he's quite good, yeah? He is level 9 already. He has different skills, so there are 4 skill categories: combat, leadership, technology, and industry. And industry is basically overall things like more cargo capacity. Technology is, for example, there's gunnery implants, which just makes your guns hit more. Leadership makes your fleet better in general, and combat makes the ship you pilot better. And you can also have other officers like this guy that can also have the ships, and you can assign them to the ships. It's really complicated overall. So what I'm doing right now is delivering domestic goods. So there are missions in this game, you can receive them via the communications console. I picked one up here which just says deliver domestic goods. And these domestic goods need to be delivered to this system right here, Arcadia Star System. And that's where we are going to go now. So something interesting just happened. I got more missions right here, and there are different types of missions right here. These are all bounties for different people, and you get the more money, the harder the fleet is to beat. This guy, for example, has 2 astral carriers, which are pretty strong. This guy has a fleet consisting of 4 ships, maybe some lesser shuttles, as it says here, and yeah. And one other thing is, I also got, where is it? Exploration, exactly. Analyze domain error probe, which is in this beta I system here. This is another mission type where you just basically need to go to a certain star system and analyze either a planet or a probe, and we'll just accept this mission right here. When you accept the mission, you have to do it or the faction won't like you, but since we know that we are going to be able to complete this mission, we can just accept it right now and do it after we delivered the domestic goods here. And this right here, so we're currently in hyperspace, which is good. It allows us to travel between stars. And this right here in front of us is deep hyperspace. Right here says hyperspace deep. This just basically makes your fleet travel slower and you can't get detected as easily. And right now we're in a hyperspace storm, which kills your ships if you're not moving slowly. Right now I'm moving slowly because I went dark and forcing the fleet to move slowly. That's basically what it does. And it also makes you less detectable, but that's not important right now. And yeah, that's how we can get through this storm unharmed. And we're almost in the Arcadia Star System. I think it's right there, yeah. So let's just go to the planet it wants us to go to. It says Agrius, Haven Agrius, which is not here. This is where it is. Let's go to this planet here, Haven Agrius, and order jump. And now it asks us if we want to turn on our transponder, and we should do that because the transponder is basically a signal every fleet sends out to all other fleets that allows them to be that tells you the facts about the fleet, so who's piloting it and what are they doing, what ships are in the fleet, and so on. And in civilized space, which is where we're going right now, you should always turn on your transponder, or the guys, for example, these guys from the Hegemony, which is a faction that's ruling this a few planets in this star system, won't like it when you don't have your transponder turned on. So we're doing this so they don't attack us. So now we can go to Agrius and drop off all our supplies that the mission wants us to drop off there. So this is the planet. We can just click on it, continue, and we already dropped it off. This really long text just says, yeah, this is how it looks. There are a lot of ships, crater arcologies, whatever, and your fleet transmits its identification code, your granted landing permission, and so on. You dump off the trade goods, 1,510 domestic goods. I gained 80,000 credits, got a little bit of standing with the faction I completed the mission for, and that's it. Now, at a planet you can do different things. Amongst them is trading, which is really important right now, because I have a lot of stuff with me that I don't currently need. For example, a lot of fighter data banks, basically, you can use. Those are basically weapons that you can put on a carrier, and they're gonna design fighters based on that. But I don't need all of those, so we're just gonna dump off this one, for example. It's not worth a lot, we don't need it. And so the thing is, there are two types of market. There are more types of market, but right now there are two types of market. The open market, where all trades are subject to a trade tariff, which is 30%, and it really cuts into your margins. Or the black market. Now the black market, there aren't any tariffs. But if you're trading on the black market, let's just do it now. Where's the thing? There it is. Let's just dump off a bunch of things that we're not gonna need. Maybe let's keep that. But yeah, heavy mauler, we don't need that. Hurricane move, we don't need that. These are just a bunch of garbage weapons that we don't need right now. We can dump all of those off, and as you can see, there is no tariff. We receive the full 5,200 credits we would get. We can confirm this, and it says suspicion level none. Now, if we sell even more things here, so let's just sell this, let's sell this, and let's just sell some assault guns as well. Confirm. It still says no suspicion level, but if you were to trade higher volumes of things, I don't have that many things I want to sell right now because most of these weapons are really good. Your suspicion level gets higher, and when it is really high, the fleets are going to pursue you, and we don't want that, because then they're going to check our inventory, and if we have any illegal things like these gamma cores here, I mean, okay, this is a different thing, but these gamma cores, they're AI cores, and they're basically illegal. If they catch you carrying those around, you're gonna get fined. But there's another way to get rid of those. It's a very profitable way to get rid of them, and we're gonna do that shortly. So let's just stock up on supplies again. Let's do it on the black market since it's cheaper. Now it says suspicion level medium. Basically, the higher this gets, the more likely we are to get checked by patrols. So let's just get the fuel on the normal market, and yeah, let's continue. So next up, we should inspect this domain error probe, but before we're doing this, I want to drop off my AI cores, and I'll just show you how this works. We have to go, hit an asteroid. We have to go to this other star system where there's a certain faction, but I'm going to show you once we're there. Fuel per Light Year Jump cost 15. Das ist kritisch. Bist du deppert? So now that we are in the aforementioned star system, we're going to go to this planet right here. Just quickly repair our ships, which you can do at every planet. And now we're going to open the comm directory and talk to some high-ranking official of this faction right here. Let's just do the administrator. And what we're gonna do now is turn in the AI cores that I've acquired. And the thing is, usually they're illegal to trade, but these guys, they take them from you, and it's legal because they're high ranking, whatever, and they're paying quite a lot. 300% bounty value, so if I just select all of those, 180,000 credits. That's pretty nice if you ask me. And it's perfectly legal because they're high ranking. 70 per day. I'm not gonna last 10 days. I'm not gonna have enough fuel. I'm not gonna have enough bloody fuel for this. Holy shit, you're such a fuel hog, mate. The pirate station, we can just do as much black market trading as we want. They don't give a damn. They're the pirates after all. Just do legal market as well. Because this ship that I recently acquired, it's a fuel hog. It consumes so much fuel. Because currently we're consuming 70 fuel per day when we're traveling faster. Which is freaking incredible. I might drop that ship off somewhere because it's inhibiting my progress. So now what I quickly want to do before I go investigate that probe is drop off my ships at this colony here. Hello? Thank you. Quickly drop off my ship because these two, they're consuming unnecessary amounts of fuel and that's just going to cut into my margins. I don't want that. So we can manage colony, go into storage, put in some ships, bam, done. Very nice. Now we don't consume nearly as much fuel anymore. These two basically make up half of our fuel consumption, which is just insane, yeah. So, just a little more about colonies. It's basically when you find a planet that's uninhabited in a system that's uninhabited, you can found a colony which will belong to your faction. Our faction is currently the Lune group. And you can manage your colony, you can build different industries so that produce goods that you can trade. There's a very in-depth trade system in this game, but I'm not going to go too much into that right now. And it can grow, it can have different sizes. Right now we have 10,000 of people living here, and it can export goods and so on. Yeah, maybe I'll go a little more in depth about that later on, but it's not that important right now. I also have another colony a little further here. I think it's, yeah, Central Haven and Outer Bastion. And I just dropped off my ships there, so I consume less fuel. Now we can just transverse jump out of here. This basically allows you to go into hyperspace and travel between star systems without having to go to a jump point like this first. Right now I'm traveling to the Beta I system where I need to find this probe, and this is quite impractical. These things are basically hyperspace slides. I think they're called currents, or slipstreams, exactly. Slipstreams is what they're called. If you get into one of those, they're going to push you along, and they are not gentle. And if I get into this one, I'm probably gonna end up somewhere around here. And I don't want to be here, I want to be here. So what we're going to do is go close to the slipstream and then activate the emergency burn that allows us to pass through it. Or we're just going to try to go through it as quickly as possible so we don't get off course. So we're gonna go. And yeah, okay, we didn't even have to use the emergency burn, we could just... It worked without it. Nice. Now we're almost there. See you when we get there. Oh, we just got a distress call. So there are also distress calls in this game. They basically tell you there's someone that has a problem near you and they need to be saved. You can do that, you cannot do that if you want. Mostly it's just pirates that want to steal your shit, so I'm not gonna do it right now, but sometimes it's actual people. So now, there is this domain error survey ship. It says more text about the domain. Yeah, the domain was this powerful human civilization that doesn't exist anymore because AI killed them, and we're just gonna explore the debris now. So now we got survey data for Epsilon I2. Interesting. And we can now begin the salvage operations, and we get a lot of things that were in here. Just a bunch of resources. We can sell those, we don't really need them. Now, there are some other things in the system as well. We're just gonna press 3 and do a sensor burst, and as you can see here, there is something, and I'm gonna check that out now. 12,000 monthly expenses? What happened? Central Pay didn't make much money. It's a pirate activity. Yes, there is pirate activity. Okay, that's why it doesn't work. Yeah, I need to get rid of that as soon as possible. Now, what is this? I just found another domain error probe, which is quite practical because these often have amazing loot. Now, continue, begin the salvage operations. Okay, this one didn't have that great of loot, but sometimes they have things like things like this, which just completely upgrades one of your colonies. It's also worth 300,000. That's basically half as much as my entire fleet is worth. Yeah, you can get some good shit in these. So now I think the last thing we're gonna do, since there are already pirates in my home system right now in Gamachu, I think we're gonna pay those guys a visit and get them to leave the colonies alone. And I can also show you the combat while doing that. And I think I found the pirates. Yeah, though that's the pirates. I mean, that's not that big of a fleet. Maybe we can just, yeah. Okay, let's just attack them. Move into engage. Continue. Now, this is the best part about the game. So you can choose which ships you want to deploy into combat. We're not gonna use all, since we're probably gonna annihilate these guys anyway. So let's just do the frigates, this guy, maybe this guy, and that should be enough. That should be more than enough. Now, this is the tactical screen. What you can do here is give orders to your ships, so I'm just gonna do that in a second here. Now we can see the others approaching, and what I'm gonna do now is tell these frigates to accompany my main ship where Jules de la Lune is sitting, which basically just means they're gonna accompany him and they're gonna shoot the things he shoots and so on. And I'm gonna tell this thing to go with him. These two are basically my big ships, and you can go with the Apogee where another of my officers is, and I can tell the Apogee to attack this thing. I can tell you to attack this thing. You can attack this, and yeah, let's just go into combat now. So we have different weapons, and we have one very long range weapon, which is this laser. Activate our shields so we don't get blasted, and let's get this guy. And we shouldn't go too far into the enemy's range. We'll just let our people get up to here so they can help us, but we can focus this guy a little. And he's down. So next guy is this one. And what we're gonna do now, once his shields are down, okay, no, we have to retreat a little because our flux is getting very high. When your flux reaches max, your ship overloads with energy. There's an energy surge and you can't do anything and you're probably gonna die. So what I'm gonna do now is tell him to attack this. Yeah, they're going in, which is fine. You two, yeah, just attack this, and you can attack this. And now I'm just gonna maybe focus this. What I'm gonna do now is vent my flux. Now it's gone, and now it's not gonna be a problem. Now we can shoot this man. He is almost done. He's dead. Now he's probably gonna be dead as well. My flux is almost up there again. Ooh, that was very dangerous. He just launched a Reaper torpedo at me. When that thing hits you, you're probably dead. But he's almost dead already, so it doesn't really matter. And he's done. Now, bend the flux again. They're just attacking him, and he's dead as well. And we can now tell our guy to attack this. He's already attacking this. And now we're just gonna tell the two wolves, which are the fast frigates. Can I select you? Thank you. To also, or maybe attack this one. And the big ship, the Apogee, to attack this one. And we're just gonna help them, and then it should all be cleaned up. So, getting over here. There's the enemy ship already. What's my guy doing? Why is he not venting? Now he's venting. Now we can get a little closer. And another ship just exploded. Hit him. Do circles around him. And he's done. Bend the flux. And I think we got them all. Nope, there's still one little frigate here. We're probably not gonna arrive in time, so we can just spectate our wolf here. And it is almost down, and they got it. Good job, guys. So now we won. We destroyed every last ship of theirs. Nope, we didn't. No, that we hold those in reserve. So we didn't even need all our ships. We destroyed every ship of theirs. Picked through the wreckage. And we can just steal their supplies now, which is quite practical. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for today. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and tell me if you want to see more Starsector. I personally really enjoy this game, so have a good day.